Laszlo in studio. Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories is out.
I've been chasing Anthony.
Yeah, where are you?
Yeah, thanks, Laszlo, by the way.
We're networked. Oh.
Yeah, Laszlo just handed out PSPs to everybody, so now Who's much that? For a radio show.
Who is that?
And we're all networked.
Yeah, this is great radio. I'll just sit back
and
watch you play PSP.
Oh. Yeah. Who was that?
I don't know.
I don't care. I just killed somebody. I'm very happy with myself.
Anthony's running around in a car.
Why am I black?
I really don't know if we need to bring Brown versus Board of Education into this debate.
Right. Oh, okay. Being Sicilian.
That was
the Moors.
That was actually one of the first things that Opie said when I brought him in the studio to do some character voices. He wanted to know what color he'd be in the game.
Yeah, and I see it's on the list of audio to play here. Thanks, great. Laszlo.
We just rolled tape when I had everybody from the O&A show in the studio, and got a few outtakes here and there. We've Anthony plays an old-timey radio host from the 1940s, back when things were,
the good old days.
The good old days.
Yeah, I'll put
the only person I don't see.
I'm completely fixated on it now.
Yeah, the only person I don't see on this list is Jimmy, but Jimmy is the star of Bully.
That's right.
Yep. Jimmy's all over the new game Bully.
That's right.
But Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, the game's out today for PSP?
Came out this morning.
Ooh. Thank you, Rockstar, for my copy.
I got mine. Very happy.
I play a cop and a staff sergeant in the game. Anthony plays an old-time radio announcer. Club Soda Kenny plays a character called Derek the Dodo.
Derek the Dodo?
Yeah, he's also a cop in the game as well. Should we announce what E-Rock is?
Yeah.
E-Rock plays a gay jogger in Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories.
And the best part is you can chase him around the game and shoot him.
Yeah.
Here, Anthony, here's your Grand Theft Auto Coke mirror.
Look at that. That is a great Coke mirror.
Oh, wow.
It really almost makes me want to go back to doing cocaine.
We had another...
Because it's such a cool mirror.
We had another item for you that I was going to bring, and it was this beautiful... it looks like an AK-47. It's a fully auto BB gun, and it's got the Grand Theft Auto logo that's... in the stock of it. And then I was listening to the show, and I heard Opie jump on a homeless man's cake and thought, you know what? Maybe bringing a full auto BB gun to the show is not a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Oh, stop shooting me. Why?
What? So E-Rock plays a gay jogger. Than is in the game as a homophobic plumber.
Than, really?
Derek is a interior decorator in the game. And finally, Steve, the golfer. You want to hear some of the audio?
Please.
All right, this is audio that's in the game, except for this first clip, because you decided to bring this in, I guess.
Yeah, it was a little outtake.
All right, there's an outtake.
It's sort of rehearsing your lines. And the great thing was that Rockstar has these amazing facilities. They've got this surround sound studio. And so Opie comes by, and the biggest question everybody has is, how old is his girlfriend?
That's what they wanted to know?
They were very smitten by her.
She's beautiful.
She's beautiful.
Why do I only got... Oh, that's because... All right.
Why do you only got... That's because all right.
I still got the Stephen Lynch in here.
That'll do it.
All right, so here we go. Audio from Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories. Starting with an outtake by myself here, I guess.
Tim gave everything he had to our country.
Wrong one.
What the hell is going on?
I don't know. They gave you the wrong CD.
Why would I have the right CD?
Why
would I have the right CD?
Yeah, you don't want that one. That one's got a curse.
Take 3, trying to start this bit.
Got a curse in it. Well, the characters everybody plays in the game, when you walk the streets of the game, there's people, on the street. If you bump into them, they say one thing. If you pull a gun on them, they say another thing. If you slam into E-Rock, he gets a bit sissified and runs off.
Like real life.
Yeah, correct.
All right, here we go. Here's me as a cop.
Do Twinkle Toad Maggot.
So it's Twinkle Toad Maggot, right?
Call this take.
I'm going to look black in the game, I know it. Twinkle Toad Maggot!
And your character's not black. Actually, Opie's a cop, so if you shoot somebody in the game, or you're just sitting there punching somebody, or you steal a car in front of Opie's character, he will chase you down.
Chase you down and yell Opie-isms at you.
Right.
Right on.
In fact, he did some ad-libs in the studio that made it into the game.
Ooh.
Oh, thanks.
Well, ad-libbing.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Wow. The Jim Norton School of Acting.
Yeah. I learned from Jimmy.
Yeah.
I'm a black ninja, mother... Oh, really?
Oh.
That made the game?
That made the game
unedited?
Without the bleep.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
You're going to have to look for that one. Wow.
That's what you hear when Opie's chasing you with a gun out.
Shoot his balloon knot!
Shoot his balloon knot.
I think that was some of my improv, huh?
Yes, in the game
look at that.
in 1984. I really don't know if that term was...
Yeah, it might be some kind of a continuity problem there, but
exactly.
Hey, it's fun.
And the other thing that we did, we reserved some lines for Opie to be a staff sergeant in the game, so we actually send you out on a mission in sort of those animated sequences between the missions. He sends you out, and he's a staff sergeant on the base.
And here's an example of that. It's going to sound a lot like the cop.
Very multifaceted.
I don't have much range. You brought a whore onto the base? Have you no shame, boy? Are you a moron? Is that it?
Huh? He's going to win a BAFTA.
Wow.
That's wonderful. All right, we move on to Anthony.
Oh.
So, there's radio stations in the game that you can listen to while you drive around.
Always love tooling around the radio stations,
and, the talk radio station, we did a spoof of old-timey talk radio.
Old-timey.
And I spent a couple of weeks just listening to old talk radio shows. And the one that we did that Anthony was the announcer of was called The Time Ranger, which is a gentleman who travels through time by, how do you put this?
By taking care of himself.
By taking care of himself.
Yeah, somehow that makes him travel through time.
Because we all sort of travel through time while taking care of ourselves.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, in some way, shape, or form.
You stop at like 8 o'clock. What happened?
Where did the day go? My God. I spent all day doing this.
My calves are locked up. My back hurts. I've been fired.
Well, that's time travel for you.
What's great about these old-time radio shows is the men are so rude to the women. If you listen to these 1940s shows, every time the woman speaks, like, shut up, dame. Let a man think.
The good old days again.
Let a man think.
So yes, this Anthony is the announcer on the Time Ranger.
The Vice City Broadcasting System and American Oil and Motors presents The Time Ranger. He's Ernest Kegel, a man who has a time machine in his pants that, when he masters, he travels back in time to right wrongs, save women, and pleasure himself.
That's really good.
Hey,
really good.
Old-timey radio.
Old-timey.
That's very cool.
And so, in the game, there's a gun shop. You can go buy the essentials like flamethrowers and howitzers and stuff.
All the good stuff, yeah.
It's called ammunition.
Yep.
And we were looking at some of the stuff from the NRA in the 80s. They've got like that Sam the Eagle or whatever it is that they used to teach kids about guns.
Mm-hmm.
So we turned our good friend Club Soda Kenny into Derek the Dodo, who teaches gun safety to children.
Oh, no.
And here it is. Club Soda Kenny.
Hey, kids, why spend Saturday watching boring cartoons about fighting aliens when you can help fight real, illegal aliens? Head to some real-life Saturday safety fun at Ammunition with Derek the Dodo.
Yay! Hi, kids. I'm Derek the Dodo. Today, I'm going to teach you all about gun safety. Doesn't that sound fun?
Yay! Hi, Derek. I love you.
Aw, that's sweet. What's your question?
When I find a gun at home, did you say to look down the barrel and pull the trigger?
Sure, honey. Give it a go.
Like this?
Whoa! You see? Girls are stupid. To heck if a gun is loaded, you should always point it away from you at an immigrant or a banker.
Yay! Ammunition and Derek the Dodo have been proudly bringing gun safety to your community for over 30 years. Ammunition, protecting your kids' rights.
Ammunition!
Club Soda Kenny, star of Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories.
Kenny, that is a great job.
That's a great character for you.
And I love that whole scenario.
If you go to the, there's more gun safety tips actually in the game from Derek the Dodo, but if you want to see the animated version of them, you can go to rockstargames.com and click on Vice City Stories, and there's a whole flash animation of Derek the Dodo.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
With Kenny's voice.
With Kenny's voice.
Fantastic. Damn, that is funny.
He's also a cop in the game, and this was right around his trouble period.
Yeah.
I thought since he was sort of leaving that part of his life, we'd put him in kind of a fictional reality and let him be a cop for a day. So he also did some ad-libs here and there about things they used to yell at minorities or whatever.
All right. Here's some examples as Kenny as a cop, excuse me.
Don't you eyeball me, son.
Huh? That's right.
Oh, that would be scary. I've heard him actually use that.
Really?
Yeah.
But then we got this.
I'll rip your eyes out.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
And then finally,
I'll kill you graveyard dead.
Graveyard dead.
That was an ad lib on his.
I'm sure he's used that one.
Wow, that's no ad lib.
That's something he actually said to a psychiatrist when he asked about that mysterious neighbor who moved away when Ken was 6.
Very good, Kenny. Club Soda Kenny.
I'll kill you graveyard dead.
Derek the Dodo. Maybe someone could get a quick costume for tonight. Derek the Dodo. All right, we move on to E-Rock. We're all in Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories. This is a very exciting day for us, and the game is available today for the PSP. E-Rock as gay jogger.
Nice buns, you jog?
Oh, God damn. Wow.
Right.
You do that a little too well, my friend.
Yeah.
That's acting, huh?
And there's a few lines that can't make it to terrestrial radio.
Uh-huh.
But it made the game?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Very good.
Yeah, he tends to offer you services when you pull a gun on him and stuff.
Oh, man.
Can we play that era clip again?
This could be better than the Steve clips.
The acting is... Nice buns, you jog? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. Here's another clip of E-Rock as the gay jogger.
I run 15 miles a day, then do coke. I like shaving. Can I shave, Mom?
It's a line I tried to get him to be a small child in one of the spoof commercials.
That sounded just like the gay jogger.
Yeah.
Exactly like the gay jogger.
Very good.
A little role-playing with a diaper on and a large furry man.
Moving on, some examples of the audio in the fine game. Than, the homophobic plumber.
What's great about Than is he's so sort of deadpan, and took a little while in the studio to get him to come out of his shell. And
Sweetie, were you shy?
Aww.
Than's shy. He was afraid to open that talent door and let it all flow out.
But in the game, his character that walks around is an old white male. It's a retired plumber-looking guy that is constantly complaining about immigrants and loves his fortified subdivision, which, explains a lot of Florida.
All right, here we go.
I ain't no two-way Johnny.
Oh, wow. Never heard you like this.
That's good. Than was in a little shell. They had to coax him out.
The immigrants are nightmares.
Immigrants are nightmares.
I talked over, man. I didn't realize you were hitting the button.
Here it is again.
The immigrants are nightmares.
Yeah.
And if your character bumps into Than's character,
This is what you hear?
Yeah.
You cruising for sex, sicko?
This is really cool, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on here to Derek, the interior decorator.
Who, strangely, sounded more sissified than E-Rock.
Really?
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Gonna have to look into that.
Oh, yes, hit me.
Yeah.
What a mo.
Wow.
I bet he showed up in Mandels, too, didn't he? Yeah. Those stupid leather open-toed shoes he likes to traipse around the studio in.
Mandel.
What a rush pastels are.
Very nice. And finally, we get to Steve the golfer.
Yeah.
What's that about?
It's about how did your parents die. It's he's hangs out on the golf course of the game. So if you bust into the golf course, there's a dude walking around playing golf and bump into him. He says one thing, you pull a gun on him, he says another thing. You try to chat with him, he might complain about his wife.
What's your handicap? Mine's the wife.
Wow. New Steve acting clip. I love it.
You know, there's a lot of inner meaning about that.
Wow.
Oh, is that great? I got to hear it again.
What's your handicap? Mine's the wife.
What's your handicap?
Wow.
How'd your parents die?
That question just as easily could have been, what's your beard? Mine's the wife.
Yeah.
What's your handicap? Mine's the wife.
Oh, Steve, that's great.
Steve steals the show.
Thanks, Laszlo.
Dude,
I
I
wholeheartedly appreciate
put
that
you
again.
at the end. I didn't think, they'd get to it.
Yeah, I know. I know exactly why you did that, too.
At least I didn't make you a gay jogger.
Yeah, no, it just comes out.
Are there more than 2 Steve clips on the game?
Oh, yeah.
I wish we had
These
more.
are just some examples.
Yeah, these are just a couple of...
there was commercials, too, right?
Steve is in a couple of the commercials. That is true. He's... we did a spoof on, those action movies in the 80s. I actually brought the one of the things with me, but we can't play it. But they always seem to have, like, a Native American that was part of the team that when danger was coming... was sort of like, trouble coming,
Could sense it.
Yeah, exactly.
Fought with a big knife.
Yeah, so we had Steve. Steve actually does really good character voices.
Does he?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, it's only when I'm trying to do straight work that it just doesn't work out.
How'd your parents die?
Why not?
Thank you.
How'd your parents die?
Why not?
Yeah.
What's your handicap? Mine's the wife.
How'd your parents die?
Why not?
And that was really what Steve just said. It's what I do, straight work. Things don't work out.
As I stepped into that bear trap, I realized as it was closing on my leg.
Pretty much just enjoy that on your own at home. And finally, one more from Steve here.
9 holes are better than 1 if you get me.
How'd your parents die?
Why not?
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that one?
No. 9 holes are better than 1 if you get me.
If you get me.
Some kind of Puerto Rican swinger party.
Why not?
Hey, Laszlo, that's really exciting, man. We're all thrilled, man.
Absolutely.
The whole show is in Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, except for Jimmy because he was the star of Bully. We should have gave him a few lines for this.
Yeah.
You were right in the middle of taping Lucky Louie, and I...
Okay, yeah, it didn't matter. I was fun doing Bully, though, man. I enjoyed the whole video game thing. I think it was a fun gig to do, and I like it.
It's a thrill being a part of this.
You should make the guys... You got to put...
Loved the game for so long.
Put someone that looks like Steve and let Steve do his voice. That's what you have to... If you're going to caricature anyone...
God, would that be funny?
Like, physically, it's got to be Steve.
Yeah,
Steve.
I told Jimmy, I said, are you maybe interested in doing any video game stuff? He's like, oh, dude, if it's getting protested, I'm in.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm all about it.
And we're a big part of the game. We're all over the
dude,
game.
all over it. You're all over the radio. Even
the radio characters, so somewhere in the game, you'll be able to pop into one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, of the 6, I think there's 6 cops in the show. 3 are from this, in this game, 3 are from this show.
Hey, that's really cool.
Yeah, Keith the cop is one of the cops as well.
Is he?
Yeah.
I'd love to hear his acting.
Yeah. It's probably just like real life.
Yeah. You'll notice it's absent from this list of stuff.
All right, we got to take a break. So Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories for the PSP is out today.
That's correct. The website's rockstargames.com and click on Vice City Stories.
Oh, man, I can't wait to play this.
Up.
I'm going home and playing this today. Thank you,
yeah.
Laszlo.
Thanks, guys.
Stick around. We got a little more show to do before we do the walkover to XM. We got Halloween. Laszlo. I got to tell you, man, we are really excited. No joking, man.
I know, that is so cool.
Like, pretty much everyone that is associated with this radio show, on a day-to-day basis anyway, is featured in the new Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories game for the PSP.
And I love when Opie was recording his lines. He would do a line, and he would look through the glass at his girlfriend to see if she was impressed.
You know, like what I did there, baby?
Why are you busting on me today?
No, it was very cute.
Like what I did?
Through your...
I love my
threw your heart into it. I brought some extra tracks, but not of E-Rock. I got one of Danny.
Dirty tracks that we couldn't play over there?
Yes.
And these are going to be in the game, or are
yes,
they outtakes?
dirty. They are in the game.
Okay. This is Danny. We couldn't play this over at CBS.
I will wipe my face with your ass.
Nice. That was just
Really?
that was something he was just saying to Travis. They caught on tape.
And then this.
I'm a black ninja, motherfucker.
You laugh. That's not going to be in the game.
No, it is.
It's a laugh?
I swear. One of the testers told me, he was like, is that Opie? Because I hear a cop, and it sounds like Opie, and he's saying Black Ninja.
Yeah. The real line is fuckface, though.
Yeah. And here's another one when you've got a high wanted level. You know, you got several stars. You've been a bad boy in the game.
Cops are on your tail.
And you're running. This is what Opie screams as the police officer.
I will take a giant shit on you, boy.
Is there spikes stripping you?
And then finally, what's the Steve one?
Oh, that's not actually profanity. It's just, I don't know. It was an odd Steve moment in the studio.
Well, plenty of those. What, do you suck your cock?
No, he said odd.
Oh.
No! Okay.
It's like he's resisting it.
Do we need a couple of these? You can hear all the excitement in our voices as we're trying to do our lines.
Can we hear that one more time? Because I know exactly what that is.
No! Okay.
That was a 30-year period in Steve's life condensed. It all revolves around his internal monologue about his sexuality.
All condensed into 1 second.
First,
no! Okay.
First comes denial, confusion, then acceptance.
That's everything.
No! Okay.
Along with what's your handicap? Mine's the wife.
Mine's the wife, yeah.
I think my favorite, though, is Club Soda Kenny is Derek the Dodo.
That is a good one.
Steve is right up there, too, but Derek the Dodo is hilarious.
And there's a couple of other bits from the game that actually Anthony's in, as well as Steve, that we couldn't play over there. One was a spoof of early 1980s movie trailers. I forgot what website it is, but you can watch movie trailers from the early 80s. They are vastly different. That now it's just like 60 seconds of 80 million shots of helicopters and explosions.
Action, yeah. And not one shot is longer than a second.
And the
loud music.
The ones in the early 80s, especially and I didn't bring this one with me, but I love watching the trailers for the slasher flicks.
Yeah.
Those are amazing, because it's always like, hey, if the boobs come out, somebody's about to die.
Yeah.
Do you know how bad fucking trailers are now? There's a film called He Knows You're Alone, When a Stranger Calls, whatever it was. And the whole thing is she's getting calls for the whole film. Have you checked the children? While she's babysitting. Yep. And it's terrifying. And at the end, he's like, we traced the call. It's coming from inside. It's a very famous scene.
Yeah.
In this coming movie, they fucking give that line away.
Yeah.
Which I know that their argument would be, well, it's such a commonly well-known thing that we didn't put it towards the end. We put it in the middle.
Well, the movie is like 30-some-odd years old, so there's a whole new generation that probably wouldn't know the reveal. The big reveal in that movie.
They fucking tell you that in the fucking trailer. You hear, so every time she's getting prank called, you now know where it's coming from. There's no mystery.
Right.
God almighty, Hollywood is run by a bunch of fucking underage, dumb motherfuckers.
A lot of trailers are like that. They ruin the whole fucking movie.
Dummies.
Or they show you, like, a pivotal point. They show you up to a very pivotal point that probably is halfway through the movie. So the whole beginning, you know that this point is coming. Or you know that a couple of guys that are friends at the beginning of the movie, you see, okay, this changes, and now this guy's trying to kill him. And you know it already from the trailer, so the whole beginning of the movie, you just sit there. I know what's happening. They really fuck them up.
And they put that track under it that makes it seem so exciting, and you're 10 minutes into the actual movie, and you're like, what? Huh? Where? Action?
Yeah.
Come on.
So what is this, then?
This is a movie trailer spoof called Exploder. And no, I'm sorry, Evacuator. And
Evacuator?
Yeah, Exploder was in Vice City. We have this character, Jack Howitzer, who's sort of a spoof on all the action heroes together from the early 80s. And all those action movies somehow had Russians involved.
Of
because
course.
That was the big menace.
They were
just like
bad guys.
Right. And you'll hear a cameo there from Mr. Kumia as the Russian who gets shot to pieces. Ooh.
Tim gave everything he had to our country. Now he's having flashbacks, and someone's going to pay. Howitzer is back. Evacuator.
Die, you scum!
One man's search for peace.
Good night, bitches! I'll kill him before he screams!
One man's search for hope.
Let's do some killing. Let's kill for the kids!
One man's search for the truth.
After I torched those villages and raped all those schoolgirls, I just can't seem to get those images out of my head!
He gave everything. Then the liberals turned their backs on our heroes, and now he's out for the truth.
What do you smell, wandering hands?
Smell fear.
Good. Let's arm wrestle.
That be different film.
Okay. Let's kill some commies!
Me find Vietnamese squaw.
He's wrestling the chopper down. Shoot him!
I'm an American, and you're not, so fucking die!
He's too strong.
Evacuator.
Let's evacuate these bitches!
Rated RP for really patriotic.
Jesus, man.
That is good.
That is
Thanks.
not even that far off from an actual trailer from back then.
And I love,
Holy shit.
I love how Steve plays an Indian called Wandering Hands. Vietnamese squaw.
Vietnamese squaw. How did your parents die?
That terrible, I'm sorry.
Heap 'em, why not?
Steve. Good old Steve. Let's go to Brad in Pennsylvania. Brad.
Yeah. I can agree with Jimmy that I saw a lot of Stranger Calls, and like that trailer just ruined the whole movie. So we had to sit there for an hour and a half knowing what was going to happen.
Yeah, they totally wreck it.
Steve is a great American Indian. His name is Geronimo.
Let's go to Matt on Long Island. Matt.
Yo.
Hey.
What's up?
What's up,
Yeah,
Matt?
Kneeling bull.
Dances with men.
He's on his knees. Tatanka. Come on, I'm the buffalo this time.
Dances with men.
Tatanka.
Oh, that's funny.
Steve. Matt.
Yo.
Hey.
Hey, yeah, I wanted to ask Laszlo why he didn't get, like, Big A to do some voices, maybe like a big black gang leader or something like that.
Because we don't have that much studio time, my friend. It's bad enough having to coach some of the half-wits on this show.
Exactly.
All right, secular rules.
Maybe for the next game, though. That's a unique voice. You
That's true.
Work it in somehow. What's this next track here?
I was watching some of the commercials from the early 80s, and the gum commercial that I really loved was, do you remember Freshen Up?
Of course.
Yeah.
The squirt gum, cum gum, they called it.
There's this, if you do a search for it on the Google, there's this commercial of this girl in slow motion taking the piece and slowly putting it in her mouth. And
I remember that commercial.
The commercials were so sexual. They got away with so much in the early 80s. Even like the Underoos commercials were little girls dancing in their underwear. It was heaven.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
But so we did a spoof on the gum commercial instead of Freshen Up. It's called Release. Gum that shoots a load in your mouth.
Of course it is.
You is stuck and down. You is stuck and down. Release the gum that shoots a load in your mouth.
Here it comes. That taste sensation that makes your breath a great sensation.
Release the gum that shoots a load in your mouth.
It's hard, it's sticky. When it's soft, it's tricky. It's the surprise liquid center of release. Pow! Here it comes, boy. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for...
Pow! Release the gum that shoots a load in your mouth. I just shot a load in her mouth.
You shot a load in my mouth. Girls, quench your thirst with the explosion. Boys, just laugh. It's the refreshing way to start or end your day. For fresh breath and a smile, pop it in your mouth and wait for the wow.
Release the gum that shoots a load in your mouth.
Hey, that's all right, man.
The best is rounding people up.
Jeez.
Rounding people up and going, we're going to sing a little jingle.
Yeah.
It's gonna be cute.
I got to be honest, though, man. People are going to hear that and think that you're implying like blowjobs.
Oh. That's not what we intended at all.
No, I know.
It's just
wow.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't even think about that.
You gotta be careful.
Wow. No, there might be a problem there. Yeah.
They're doing Indian Steve lines on the
Indian Steve.
Indian Steve, what's my problem? You're in my fucking teepee. I can't do the Indian voice, though, but DJ ain't a
How did your buffalo die?
That was good for one, DJ.
Here we go.
Kneeling Bear is his Indian name, yeah. Very nice.
We should dig up some outtakes from that session now that I think of it.
Absolutely.
Steve attempting to be an Indian.
Well, Laszlo, once again, we're gonna keep this stuff here so we can play it over and over again.
Definitely. There's more of that in Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, which came out for the PSP today.
All right. We're gonna take a